everyone. Welcome to Tennessee's At Home Learning Series for Math. Today's lesson is for all of our first graders out there, but of course, anyone is more than welcome to tune in. Today's lesson is the 8th lesson in our series. My name is Miss Sarah, and I'm a first grade teacher at Baxter Primary School in the Putnam County School System. I'm so excited that I get to be your teacher again today. Welcome to our virtual classroom. If you didn't have a chance to see our previous lessons, you can find them on the Tennessee Department of Education website at www.tn.gov/education. You're more than welcome to still tune in to today's lesson if you haven't seen any of our others, but it might be more fun if you went back and watched those first, because we are going to be using what we learned in those lessons to help us with today's lesson too. Today, we will be learning about how to use addition and subtraction strategies to find the missing number in an equation. Before we get started, to participate fully in today's lesson, you are going to need paper to write on, a pencil or something to write with, and some number paths. But don't worry, we're going to learn how to make those together. Okay, let's begin. To get ready for today's lesson, let's go ahead and get our workspace ready. I'm going to lay out some paper and something to write with on my writing surface. I want you to go ahead and lay out your paper and your pencil or whatever you chose to write with too. In today's lesson, we are going to be using a tool called a number path. So before we get started, let's draw 3 number paths together to get ready. I'm going to draw mine, and I'd love for you to draw yours with me. Be sure to save some space in between them, because that's where we'll be writing our equations. To draw a number path, you're going to want to draw a long, skinny rectangle like this. Now you draw a long, skinny rectangle like that. Now we are going to draw 9 vertical lines to create our spaces on our number path, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Remember that your spaces don't have to be the exact same size and your lines don't have to be perfectly straight. As long as you get your 10 spaces, it's going to be perfect for today's lesson. You go ahead and draw your 9 vertical lines to create your 10 spaces. Excellent job. Our last step is to go into our number path and write out our numbers like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you write your numbers in your spaces. You are doing a great job. We need 2 more number paths for today's math lesson. So I'm going to skip a little bit of space, maybe enough for about 2 fingers in between. And I am going to draw my next number path. Our first step is to draw a long, skinny rectangle. Go ahead and draw your long, skinny rectangle. Great job. Next, we will go and add our 9 vertical lines to create our 10 spaces, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And our last step is to add our numbers into our number path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to give you just a moment to finish up your second number path. All right, now we're going to draw our third number path. I'm going to skip a little bit of space so that I can write my last problem after that. Let's see if you can tell me the steps. What do I do first? Right, I draw my long, skinny rectangle. Now you draw your long, skinny rectangle. Excellent. What do we do next? We add our 9 vertical lines to create our 10 spaces. You do yours while I do mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what do we do last? We write our numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Your number paths look awesome. I want you to take those and I just want you to set them to the side somewhere that you can grab them really quickly when we need them in a few minutes. For our first set of problems, let's practice For our first set of problems, let's practice finding a missing number with a sum or a difference up to 10. This is going to help prepare us for working with equations where the unknown is in any position of the equation. Let's look at our equations. Let's take a look at this first problem. The problem states that 8 plus some number equals 9. How can we find that missing number? Let's count on to find our missing number. We're going to start at the number 8 and count on until we get to the number 9, like this. 8, 9. How many did we have to count on? 1. That's right. So 1 is our missing number. Let's look at another problem. This problem states that 9 minus some number equals 7. You might want to count backwards or use the counters that we've used before to find this missing number. I think that I am going to make a model with my counters to help me solve this one. So my first step is going to be to lay out my 9 counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What do you think I should do next? Excellent. I'm going to take away cubes until all I have left is 7 Legos. Ready? 1, 2. And I have 7 left. How many did I have to take away to go from 9 Legos to 7 Legos? That's right. I took away 2 Legos to make 7. So 2 is our missing number. I think that you are ready to tackle some new problems. Let's do it. Now we are ready for another problem. I'm going to read the problem out loud that has a missing number. It's your job to find what the missing number is. I'd love for you to read along with me if you can. Some pies are on the table. Miss Jan brings 2 more pies. Now there are 8 pies on the table. How many pies did we start with? Remember, we're looking for that missing number. We're going to go back into the problem, and I want you to think about if we are going to solve this problem in a different way than we solved the last one. I'm going to read it one more time. Some pies are on the table. Miss Jan brings 2 more pies. Now there are 8 pies on the table. How many pies did we start with? Will we solve this in a different way? Yes, this problem is different than any of the ones that we've worked with so far because the missing number is at the start of the problem where we see the word some. How might we use our number path to help us get started? Right. We know that there are at least 2 pies on the table. We also know that we have to add some pies to the number of pies on the table until we have our total, which was 8 pies. Watch as I model this problem. I'm going to draw a new number path so that I don't use the ones that I've already created. You don't have to draw another one right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I am going to start on my number path at 2. Next, I am going to count until I have 8 in all. So I'm going to stop at the number 8. And we're going to see how many spaces on the number path we had to hop to get to the number 8. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many hops or jumps did we have to make? 6. We made 6 jumps. That means there were 6 pies on the table at the beginning of our problem. I can fill in my number sentence or my equation like this. Now it states 6 plus 2 equals 8. There were 6 pies on the table. Jan brought 2 more pies. Now there are 8 pies on the table. Excellent job. I want you to stand up and I want you to jump up and down 6 times. Go. Let's use the same problem again, but this time we're going to use subtraction to solve the problem. So I'm going to draw my number path again. Add my numbers. And this time, I want you to grab your number paths. We're not going to draw on them or write on them. We're just going to use our fingers to keep up with where we are. This time, I am going to start at the number 8. I want you to follow along with me. Touch the number 8 on your number path, because there are 8 pies on the table. Next, I'm going to count back 2 pies from the number 8 because we know that Jan brought 2 pies. 1, 2. Where did we land? Right, we landed on the number 6. So that tells us that there were 6 pies on the table before Jan brought 2. So I'm going to write the number 6 again, and let's read our equation. 8 minus 2 equals 6. And we know that because there were 8 pies on the table. And before Jan brought 2 pies, so we took them away, we were able to find that there were 6 pies on the table at the beginning. Great. Now we are ready for our next problem. This time, we are going to use our number paths and we are going to be drawing on them to help us keep up with how many hops we make. I want you to pull out those number paths. I'm going to do the same. Here we go. Above your first number path, I want you to take your pencil and I want you to write this equation. Some number plus 3 equals 7. I'm going to give you a moment to do that on your paper. Some number, which we use a blank to show that, plus 3 equals 7. How do we find this missing number using our number path? Right, just like before, we can use our number path to help us find the missing number by counting on or counting back. To count on, let's start at the number 3, because we know that number, and show the hops until we get to 7, because that is our sum. That's our total. I want you to circle the number 3. That is where we are going to start. We're going to draw hops on our number path until we get to 7, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you get to 7, you're going to stop. I want you to add your hops just like I did. We're going to go back now and we're going to count the hops that we made. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many hops did we make? 4. It took 4 hops to go from the number 3 to the number 7. So 4 is our unknown number. Our new equation says 4 plus 3 equals 7. You did an amazing job counting on to find that missing number. Now, let's see what our model will look like if we were counting back. If we were counting back, where should we start? Excellent. We're going to start at the number 7. So once you just circle the number 7, and let's count back 3 hops because we know that we had 3. 1, 2, 3. What number did we land on? We landed on 4. Fantastic job. So our new equation would be 7 minus 3 hops equals 4. For our next problem, you get to choose which one you like best, counting on or counting back. So you get a choice to solve it however you want with your number path. For this problem, you will be doing a missing number problem all on your own. Follow along as I write and read this problem. Some number plus 2 equals 8. All right, I want you to look at your number path and I want you to choose if you are going to count on or count back to solve this equation. All right, now I want you to do it. I want you to find your start number and circle it. Now I want you to make your hops for counting on, your hops for counting back. All right, it looks like everyone's done out there. So if you counted on, I want you to hop 2 times on 1 foot only. Okay? If you counted back, I want you to clap 2 times. All right, that was fun. Did you get the number 6? Me too. I went ahead and I wrote the number 6 in my equation. So did your equation look like mine? 6 plus 2 equals 8? You're right. Keep up the good work. Boys and girls, you did a great job again today. Today, we reviewed how to find a missing number in an addition problem. I hope you're seeing some connections to counting on and counting back like we did last week. You sure did an amazing job. After the video, you are going to have some time to do some problems on your own. Good luck and do your very best. I'm going to go ahead and show you those problems now, or you can find them on our website at www.tn.gov/education. Let's look at those problems now. They already have the number paths for you, but if you don't have a way to print them out on your own, we learned today how to make our own number paths so you can draw those yourselves to practice these problems on your own. Number 1 states this: some number plus 3 equals 9. And remember, you can use your number path to draw your hops for counting on or counting back. Let's look at number 2. Some number plus 6 equals 8. And number 3, some number plus 5 equals 10. I enjoyed reviewing how to find a missing number in a problem today. You all did an amazing job as usual. I want to thank you for inviting me into your home again, and I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson in the Tennessee's At Home Learning Series for Math. Bye, everybody.